Hi everyone, how are you doing? Happy Martin Luther King Day today to you. For those who don't know who he was, they should definitely look him up and watch his documentaries, watch his film. He was an interesting man who was a non-violence preacher, the same stuff which Gandhi preached. And yesterday I found that he actually spent 30 days in India in 1959. And it was in his book, calls it a pilgrimage to India on his autobiography. He was shot dead, as a lot of people know. And one thing which I particularly don't like about his name is associated in the United States with African Americans. And if you want to find ghettos or African American people in the US, you simply put on the Google Maps Martin Luther King Avenue, and you will end up into African American, mostly not very well-to-do areas. So I have actually traveled a lot in this country, and this is but it is what it is. It's for this country's citizens to change if they want to. So hi Carla, how are you doing? Happy Martin
I
Luther
am.
Day to you.
I'm fine. This is the second time we're meeting today. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Well, you asked me. It's a normal thing for someone to ask when you're asked. So don't
Can
get
I
mad at me today.
can I give you a tip on videos?
Yes.
So 10 years from now or 20 years from now, we will die or not die, but these videos will pop up. And when somebody will be watching, or we ourselves will be watching the videos, it wouldn't be relevant to them that who was watching this video, number one. Number two, earlier today we were also having a conversation that would not matter at all. So anything to do with timeline, try to avoid that. When we are having a discussion about a topic, try to keep the topic on the topic, because then the video remains um, evergreen on that subject. But if you associate, oh, we talked earlier, or we did not talk earlier, or earlier today, then people they feel that they're missing something. So it's a general tip in life on videos, that whenever you're talking about a particular subject, don't mix it up. Otherwise, um, for now, it's okay. But for a year from now, 6 months from now, a person who's watching it later, he gets confused or she gets confused on the video. So just a general tip for you and everybody else, that try not to mention locations or timelines on videos, because then the videos stay relevant forever. So go ahead.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Rayhan.
You're welcome, Carla. Auntie Carla.
Every once in a while, you make a lot of sense.
Because you only listen to me every now and then.
I listen to you a lot. You just don't realize it. Or I
Okay. Yes.
don't let you know.
Yes, ma'am.
You were talking about the book. Continue your conversation.
My conversation is over.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. So I take it you saw the movie From India with Love. From with
No, I
Love.
haven't. I have to find time for it and $10 for it.
I'll later. I can't say this now. Later it can be done. But that was the reason for the movie and what the movie was about. Martin Luther King's journey to India. And when they took the journey and from love, from India with Love, They took it and visited a lot of the different places where Martin Luther King went and visited in order to learn more about Gandhi and learn more about prayer and what and the prayer room, which Mandar Apti has given the name to India, that India is a place of a lot of prayer and a lot of meditation. It's a very good, it was a very powerful movie. I think you'd really like it. Now, I look at your work and I see that as such a big service, not only to those who you touch, you know, physically or in your own network, but also for around the world. And I'd like you to explain your work to the people who may be watching.
So my work, which I'm guessing you're referring to, is what?
The work of connecting the people in the world, all around the world. Um, yes.
I think the work of connecting the people is being done mostly by Facebook, not really by me. And it's not just done by me, but it's actually every single person who I meet who in the world, I feel that they're all trying to connect the people. It seems like this is our DNA purpose of some sort, that we're all trying to connect the dots. Mandar may be doing it through movie. Steven Spielberg might be doing it again through movies. People who are feeding homeless, they're trying to, connect people. It seems like everybody I meet is, if you dig, the essence of everyone seems to be trying to bring more understanding and connecting the people. It's almost, even if somebody is trying to go and murder somebody, I feel they're basically trying to bring people closer. That's what I feel. That's what I see. I think Facebook is a beautiful tool, which can be used for even. So I kind of put steroids on Facebook and try to use it or abuse it for more of connecting to people. And it's not just me; it's a lot of people are connectors. But I'm kind of pushing, incentivizing more people to connect to more people, like by giving free laptops or by giving money for interviews to people or doing shows of different kind where people can understand more people. So that's kind of what I am trying to do. It's just trying to understand how to use Facebook better and how to use these tools. The video is a new tool available to humankind, which was not available. Internet is a new tool. And in the post-internet, post-Facebook, post-YouTube era, if we don't use it uh, in the proper way, then we're going to abuse it. And I'm just trying to teach what I know to other people, that it works really well, and by asking questions we can get calmer from inside. I read another quote at the AOL retreat, that there is no such thing as fear. It's only the lack of knowledge that leads to fear. That I agree with. Also, of course, there's a lot of wisdom in it. So the reason we fear is because we don't know people, and I'm trying to open up doors in ways which I believe that the new world will look like, and the new world actually looks like, not will look like. It already looks like it, but it's just that majority of the people have not looked at the world the way I have looked at it. I have traveled more than most people on the planet, so that gives me a perspective and understanding of the world in a different way, and I'm just trying to show the same to other people, as miserly as possible, as cheaply as possible, as affordable as possible.
Are you trying or are you doing, Raymond?
What do you think?
I would say you're doing. It may seem like it's a slow process, but you're doing. I look
I
at
am
people,
doing, of course, I am doing it.
but you use the word trying, and you're doing more than trying.
I'm doing more than trying, but I'm trying to learn more on, I don't understand why they invented the word trying, but, there must be a reason for it. Uh, but yeah, I'm doing what I can as best as I can without hurting as many people as I can, without hurting feelings of a lot of people. A lot of people create expectations from me, and based on old way of doing things, and that creates hurt in them because they expect things from me, and then when I don't deliver those things or I walk away, they get hurt, or I become strict, they get hurt. Just like we get hurt from our father or from older brother when they are strict about something, we get like. "Arr, arr, arr, arr." So a lot of people get "Arr, arr, arr, arr" with me a lot.
Well, it's easy to get like that with you, but I think it's because people don't understand what you're doing
It's
and
not
what you're.
really easy to get like that. It's just because people are frustrated in general. Majority of the planet people are doing things which they don't know why they're doing. Most
Right.
people do jobs which they don't know why they're doing. Most people are following a religion which they don't know why they're doing. They think they do, but they never ask that question to themselves because they think it's, how can you even ask me that question? Nobody asked me that question before. It's just that we're in journals frustrated because we don't learn to be happy. We don't learn to. We're not taught how to be happy in journal. We associate happiness with different things, and again, we have expectations, and expectations bring nothing but pain.
Now, do you think that mainly this is happening because of a lack of understanding of human values? People are more involved with what the Joneses have or what books, you know, what how I want to have the better house, I want to have the better husband, I want to have the better car, instead of having relationships and being friendly and learning to love one another.
I think the society was created a particular way in different countries. In United States, it is right next door to Canada. It's created very differently. If you just talk to a Canadian, it's different than talking to an American. They're right across the border. They're just like brothers. Same everything. But it's the society is created in this country with the drive, the hunger of growing, of want, and that's how people have been trained, and that's how they are reacting and acting. Most of us are trained to be reactive citizens or reactive human beings. We are not active human beings. We are all reactive human beings. We react to how Carla will say something to me, so I will be nice to her, so that she can be nice to me. So it's everything is based on what other people will react to me as, or how the society will react to me on. It's based on that, not necessarily on what I really want. I think that's how people normally are, and that's why we are not happy, because we have associated happiness with what other people think of us or with us. It's not The happiness is not coming from inside. I don't know if that was the question or.
Yeah, it's getting very close to it. So how do you think we can change the world and make the world more connected with inner happiness instead of the outer happiness? Because I really, from the very first time we ever spoke, that was the feeling I got from you, that you were looking for a growth in human values a growth in connecting people and making people feel as if they belong to each other?
Um, some of the teachers tell me that the whole world is getting towards awakening of insight. If you talk to a spiritual teacher or some really good ones, I feel that they're talking, all of them are talking that humans are getting ready to be awakened and getting into a new dimension and getting into a new kind of humanness. And I kind of see the symptoms and signs for it. And I feel that the kind of humanity we are living um, is maturing, is changing, is more empowered. Every human being is more has more power than ever, um, especially the ones which we are talking to and talking with all the time. A lot of them are still sleeping, even though they have a smartphone, even though they are very highly educated. I talked with one gentleman today. He was very upset with me that for 5 years, he claims, which I haven't seen, he has been messaging me and asking me for my phone number. So, first of all, why are you asking me for my phone number? Why do you think I have time to just talk to somebody? You have to build a relationship in order to talk. Anyways, so I just called him and I said, brother, I'm sorry. You have been messaging me for many years for my number. How can I help you? Oh, I just want your number. I said, why do you want my number? I said, because I want to talk to you. I said, I'm here, talk to me. Oh, I wanted help from you on my education. And I have done one master on this, and one master on this, and one doctorate in this, and one master on this. And I want to study more. How can I get a scholarship? I said, you have been waiting for 5 years to ask this from a high school graduate who's never gone to college, who would ask people not to send children to school. Why are you asking this to me? You should be asking somebody who likes to learn or educate. I don't want you to go to school. I think you should go and learn meditation so you can get calmness inside you. You are a very uncalm person. You seem to be frustrated and not doing anything. You're constantly educating yourself, and really, you don't even know how to be patient or something. And by the way, have you used Google to find out how you can get scholarship? No. I said, well, what's the point of having so many masters if you don't even know how to use Google? So my understanding is that most people are frustrated with expectations, and maybe I am also one of them. And because of those expectations, we choose not to be happy, and our mind wanders, and we can't be happy with what we have. We are constantly wanting different.
So how can we create that happiness that you're talking about?
Mm, I thought you were talking about Martin Luther King, but
But see, this is service, teaching people to be joyful, teaching people to feel that they want to give to other people instead of holding things inside.
I, many years ago, I started saying that one of the things we need to teach in schools is meditation and being happy with our own mind, being happy with our own self is something which we don't teach our children. We don't teach anyone how to do that.
So what do we need to
Can you hear
have
me? I think my phone
schools?
is getting
I
really hot.
agree
So
with you. Why you look like a pain. Are you there? Yeah, now I can. I couldn't for a few minutes.
hi, Carla, can you hear me? Okay, so We were supposed to talk about Martin Luther King and Carla. I've lost her. I don't know if it was her phone or my phone, but if she comes back, I will try to bring her back. Um, Let me, in the meantime, read some comments on here, which I don't really like to read, but let's see what he is saying. Give me reply. Can you control people? Person. I want to talk live. Uh, Manesh Kumar, very nice to meet you. You want to talk live? That's brilliant. I would love to talk live with you, but I have a process to talk live with random people. My process is that you need to make 500 mutual friends with me. Once you do that, I'll be very happy to talk to you. Or you have to give me a reason why you want to talk to me. And if I find that topic to be of interest to me, I'll be happy to talk to you. That's how normally I talk. How to control people's son. I have no idea what people's son is, and I can't really do anything about because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
All
What
right,
happened?
can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. What happened?
I don't know. Maybe you have too many apps open on your phone.
I don't have any open.
Okay, well, here we are.
And here, and we were talking about the spreading of service, which is spreading of love, which
Um,
doesn't go on.
I will let you explain the question or complete the question. Go ahead.
Well, I see service as the expression of love to others. It's not necessarily anything else, but simply caring for someone and giving away a smile or giving away some laughter or being of help to someone. And I feel that the work that you have done and you are creating by connecting people is the greatest service that can be done, to be honest. And I am always in awe when I watch the work you're doing and I see people relating to the work you're doing. So I myself would like to be doing more of it. And I'm wondering how I can improve my own work.
I think if anybody wants to help me or wants to empower others, and themselves, right now the best tool there is to, like in the past, people used to write books. People used to create processes. Today, the fastest way to write a book is to, bring them on a video call and talk to them, and that's what books are normally about. And that's what they can do. If you're, I don't know if you're reading comments, but there are two gentlemen right now constantly asking to come online, and one of them is saying, "Goodbye, you hurt me, I'm crying." So this is a very, very beautiful young man, Asad Yusuf, and he is in Belgium, but he's not happy. He pretends to be happy. Makes very lovely videos, and I blocked him today because he was constantly messaging me. And I told him a task that he could do it, and that is like similar to doing meditation, and which is adding new Facebook friends. And to me, it's similar to meditation, similar to focusing on doing something and coming back. And the reason he's crying is because he is expecting things from me, which I didn't promise him. And I don't make a promise to anyone. So the gentleman created a perception that I must fulfill certain things for him because he thinks I'm a good man. And before I was a good man, and all of a sudden I'm a devil, which is fine. I really can't do anything about his pain. I wish I could. I could pray for him. Uh, but um, coming back to what you can do is, if you can do 10 to 15-minute interviews for 5 people, your own people, the people who you know, this will become a norm in a few years. What you're doing right now, it's abnormality to bring people online and talking. But I personally feel that in 2 years time it will become an extreme norm, that people will just be hanging out, and some new thing will come out of this. But this is like an evolution in humanity. By breaking these barriers, we will be able to do more. There is another app which I installed. I can't remember. It's called Bojo. If I go online there, in like within 30 seconds, I get 500 people watching me, and they just come in and they just join, and these are all random. So the technology is being developed right now, which will allow more randomness, more serendipitous things to happen, and that will allow more and more people to come closer. The borders will just disappear in a way which we can't even imagine right now. It's just going to just blur out. Uh, all of a sudden, we will just like you were doing Facebook, just like we were making phone calls. I mean, you're 60 something, so if you remember, for 30 years ago, a long distance phone call was a big deal. Today, a long distance phone calls, you don't even think about it. So, in 30 years, humanity has gone from a huge long distance phone bill to no long distance phone bill. And doing what we're doing, the president of the United States couldn't do this 10, 20 years ago. This is so much power we have in our hand. And if we can harness this power, and if we can just take advantage of this power, we will just do amazing.
True. And this platform is so powerful. You know, I know you now both as a friend and on Facebook, but it would have never happened if it hadn't been for Facebook. And many of the people that I speak to every day, I mean, I spoke to Australia today. We had someone from Europe. We had people, of course, my Pakistani group. But, and it keeps developing. It's always new people. And the fact that we can bring people together on a platform and feel like we're sitting in the same living room is amazing. But what's even more amazing is no matter what, the essence of all our lives is our breath. And we're all breathing the same air. It doesn't change whether you're in China or the United States or Canada or South America or Africa. We are essentially so connected, and yet we don't realize it. People think, oh, because I'm in Pakistan, I'll never get to be connected with someone in Europe or in the United States. And now you have created a whole group of a world, a whole world that brought so many people together. And I think it's so amazing. And to me, it is so very inspiring.
Well, I'm glad you're inspired, and I hope that you will start giving free laptops also soon.
I need to have a little more money than what I have now. I'm concerned about eating next week, let alone laptops. But yeah, you know me.
Money
I
will
will
show
do
up.
that. What?
Money shows up when you actually make a promise to yourself and the world. Money shows up somehow, magically, it just shows up.
Oh,
Money
I
is not
know it
the
will.
most important thing, right?
But the world is so much smaller because of what you have created. And to me, this is the greatest service that you could be giving to the world.
Well, I'm glad I can be of service to you and to others. And it's not just me, it's others, thousands of people who have enabled me to do this, and I enable them. It's not just me. It's nothing. I'm just another of the cog. It's really I'm just having fun. I think it's interesting. Sometimes, majority of the time, I wake up and I think, why am I wasting so much of my time on this? Because it will happen no matter what I do. It will happen. If I do this or
But,
don't do this, I think it'll still happen.
but your gift to the world is connecting people. You can't tell me you have a passion somewhere else. This is so very important to you.
Right now, it's this is my passion, yes, and I'm enjoying doing this. Um, so yeah, right now this is what I'm enjoying. That's why I'm doing it.
We only have right now. You know that. The past is gone and the future is yet to come. And we
Sometime I
don't
don't.
know what's happening in the future.
Sometime I don't really understand you, Carla. I feel like you are this Yoda who's trying to actually make me into something else.
What do you think I'm trying to make you into?
Whatever I am,
Because I'm not
you're trying to make me into who I am. That's all.
into who you are, right?
Yeah, that's what questions do.
And if I didn't ask you the questions, what would happen? Someone else would be
Somebody
asking you.
else, somebody else would be asking. Exactly. That's what I said. It doesn't really matter um what we do. It matters for that, for us, basically. I guess that's what matters. So I'm enjoying it. It doesn't, if you get inspired by it, that's awesome. If you don't get inspired by it, that's fine. Totally fine. It's up to us. And my video earlier in the morning about the purpose of life was the same. It was explaining that the purpose of life is to do nothing, just to be yourself, and not try to be someone, not try to be somebody special, but just be who you are and do the best job you can. And that's about it. That's the purpose of life, I found.
I
It's
missed
not
that.
really, it's in Urdu, so I didn't really make it in English.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have understood it anyway.
correct.
I'd only be looking at a smiling face.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you do
So,
smile.
thank you. You also wanted to talk about the happiness course. Do you want to make another video so you can use it later?
We could do that if you want. When
Okay.
do you want to
Are
do
you
that?
are you done with Martin Luther King?
I think we've done. I wanted to just point out everything you have done. And I use Martin Luther King as the reason for doing it today. Because his whole day, whole day is full of doing service for another person. And service can be as little as giving someone a smile, or
Mm-hmm.
it could be doing some other type of physical or mental service. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Sure. Uh, Khurram Zubairi is listening, and I would love for you to talk to him and take. I haven't seen the proposal you sent me by there. I think if you take Khurram's mentorship, you will be really. He will be able to help you create a startup out of the classroom. And I think your startup is almost getting ready to become huge, and you should start to talk to mentors about how you can convert it into a business. I think if you visit local incubators, I will Google some up and talk to them that you have done this, you have achieved this, you have these eyeballs, you're doing this every day. How do you monetize it? I think you're in DC, you're in fantastic place. You will end up monetizing it really well, and not just for yourself, but it will allow you to give those laptops or do whatever you want with your life. I think it's going to be phenomenal. If you could keep on doing it for a few more months and Keep on looking for the monetization process. I'm pretty sure you will find it. But it will come to you. But just don't overthink about it.
I haven't, and I just enjoy doing. To be honest with you, I really enjoy getting up and doing it in the mornings. It's fun and it's enjoyable, and I like talking to the different people. So, am I thinking about the monetization? I really need to get some money in here, but I'm doing it because it's something that makes me happy to do for others and see the growth in others.
So let me say that you have been a great service to many. You have created something just out of your passion, which is going to be written in history books, which is it is really creating a new kind of education. The whole world is looking for new ways to teach, and you have showed it that an amazing work can be done out of passion and persistence. And you had no clue when you were starting, and most ventures are like this. We are doing it because we have fun, and that's the best way to start
Rayhan,
any venture.
I'm still doing this on your page and I don't plan on moving it, so you need to know what's going on.
Hmm. You're not doing
Because
it
as
on my
long
page.
as
You
I,
just You're just sharing it on my page. If you do it from my page, you actually have my permission to do it again on my page, because it will grow even faster with that if you want.
so do you want me to bring it back to your page and share it to my page starting
Hmm.
tomorrow?
If you want, sure, you're more than welcome to do it.
I'd be honored to be able to do that again.
It will give you
Thank
more
you.
eyeballs for sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll start tomorrow. We will go back to Rehan Al. I tell me if I'm saying it right. Rehan Ala Wa page.
Hmm.
So it is Rehan Ala Wa, not Ala
Wala,
Wala.
wala, like voila.
La la. Ala Wala.
Hmm.
It doesn't sound right to me.
It is what it is. I didn't do anything to get that name. It's just my ancestors.
Now, you talk. I'm going to sound really dumb now.
Hmm.
What does Ala Wala mean again? I know you've told me, and I'm sorry, I
It's
forgot.
a it's a family name, and it is coming for 13 generations. And it there are two stories about this name. One story is that we were what is called an aluwala, and aluwala is potato seller basically. And when we became from Sikh or Christian, or probably not Christian but Hindu, to Muslim, it became Allahwala from Aluwala. That is one explanation. Second explanation is that one of our ancestors did something pious. So when somebody is pious, you can also say he's Allahwala. Basically, like the man of God. Basically, the translation of it is a person of God, or a person who sells God, or it's basically like goldsmith. So you can call it I'm Allah Smith, or ironsmith. A person, just like the literal translation would be Allah Smith. So person who works with Allah is the translation.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with my deeds. Like, for example, again, Asad Yusuf was typing, you should change your name and remove the word Allah Wala, which I plan to. I plan to become Rehan.com as an official name, so that it's not associated to any religion anymore. And people don't have to say you're Muslim or Christian or what are you. They have to be confused. I love to confuse people because then they have to think.
That's That's for sure. And you do confuse me at times, for sure.
Thank you for being of service to people. I will end this broadcast, take a small break, and then we can do a video about my experience of Art of Living Happiness course.
Okay, can you give me about half an hour so I can take Bodhi out?
Sure.
Great.
All right.
So
Take
I'll
care.
talk to you
Bye-bye.
in about half an hour.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.